Ladies and gentlemen, with a new Call of Duty, one thing is inevitable every single year. Every year we get that one really small map that everyone plays over and over and over again to level up their weapons, to level up their character, and is always that super fast-paced map that everyone wants to play on, and this year is no exception. Now, as per usual, there's generally two possibilities for this. Number one, Nuketown. Number two, Shipment. As it turns out, this year was another year for Shipment with Call of Duty Vanguard, and it is an interesting one. Today we got an update that incorporated Shipment into Call of Duty Vanguard, and well, let me just start out by saying this is Shipment, but it's also not quite Shipment. The reason why I chose that clip to start out the video is because that is a pretty good representation of what Shipment kind of always has been. Watching people spawn and getting destroyed because of it a lot of the times. Now, as far as this map goes, it is very different than any other Shipment that we have seen before, and that is mainly what we are going to talk about in this video. But, of course, with today's update, it was about 3 gigabytes on PC. There were some patch notes to come out with it, and I very quickly just wanted to go over that. There's really nothing too huge, but I will go over it nonetheless. So essentially, all you need to know about the patch notes is they fixed essentially nothing that you wanted to see fixed. All of the weapon tuning and stuff that we have been kind of waiting for has not yet happened. However, here's what did happen. First of all, weapons. They fixed a bug preventing players from equipping camos. Pretty straightforward there. After this, players can no longer equip camos they do not own. So in other words, the atomic glitch has been removed from the game. Is there another way around it? At this point, I don't know, but we do know that that has been fixed as of now. Clans fixed an issue where clan members would crash when attempting to send a clan invite. After this progression, corrected inconsistencies for next unlock in the operator tab. So yes, that inconsistency is fixed. However, when you finish your game, it still doesn't show the proper weapon level that you are actually at. It often goes one over, so that has not been fixed yet. As far as the rest of it, we have some zombie scoreboard, UI, and objective fixes. Nothing too big. I'm not going to read through all of that, but if you want to, you can pause the video. So for the rest of the video, I wanted to talk about a couple of things, the updates that I would like to see, and Shipment itself. As far as Shipment goes, this is the second most different Shipment that we have ever seen in a Call of Duty game, next to the Call of Duty Ghost Shipment. This Shipment, especially compared to Modern Warfare 2019, is much larger. There is different routes going through the map. There is more areas to get on top of. In other words, it is Shipment, but it is not Shipment. I think the biggest change isn't actually the various routes through the middle of the map, but rather the actual size of it. They've made it larger so that there is more spawn protection. On top of this, spawns do not flip as much as they did in Modern Warfare 2019. In Modern Warfare 2019, if you were just looking at where someone would spawn, oftentimes they would literally just end up spawning inside of you. Super chaotic because it was super tiny. By making the map a little bit bigger, it makes it so the spawns are a little bit more sticky, and in my opinion, it actually works a little bit better. Is it still super chaotic? Yes, absolutely. In every game of domination I have played so far, I've got 100+ kills, but there are some other problems with that as well, because I played one game of Team Deathmatch, specifically Blitz Team Deathmatch, and the game lasted literally 40 seconds. I am not over exaggerating there. I got 14 kills and the game was over in 40 seconds, so they definitely need to change the score limit on TDM or just take it out, because at that point it's just a waste of everyone's time. So as far as the changes in the map in and of itself, the main differences are, first of all, some of the crates you can actually explode and shoot through, specifically the ones in the middle of the map. Some of the walls fall apart and change the lines of sight just a little bit. On top of that, the map is a little bit bigger, and there are more crates that you can actually get on top of. On top of this, on the one side of the map, you're actually able to go outside of the map, as you saw in the opening clip for the video. Get outside, get into the other team's spawn. As far as I know, that is the only area where you can get out of the map like that. However, I would not be surprised if there are more whatsoever. So again, just another change, and mainly that is a change to the overall size of the map. As far as my opinion, what do I think of this Shipment? I actually really like it. I think when some people play it right away, they're going to be weirded out, and especially people who played Modern Warfare 2019 a lot and played that Shipment a ton, whether it was to get camos or level up weapons, you're going to think that this one is weird right away. But I think once you play it for a bit, get used to the spawns and start realizing how they work, I think you're going to like this Shipment better than Modern Warfare 2019 Shipment. At least that is my opinion. Now, there are some problems with it. Some of the spawns are still very, very bad, but I will say the launch of this shipment compared to the launch of Modern Warfare 2019 shipment, the spawns are way, way better in this one than they were in Modern Warfare. So needless to say, I am not disappointed with the new shipment map, and that is what I'm going to be playing to level up weapons over the next coming days. However, there is something I am disappointed in, and that's the update in and of itself today. I assumed with them adding a new map, this was going to be the update where they addressed a lot of the weapon changes. Things like the STG, the MP40, basically all of the shotguns, the riot shield, and even some of the SMGs definitely need some nerfs, and specifically to attachments. Now, when we first got the news that there was going to be 10 attachments on every single weapon, we knew that that meant it was going to be very difficult for Sledgehammer to actually balance all of the weapons properly, specifically because there were so many attachments, it was bound to have a broken few. And with this, I said back in the day, I believe it was in the beta, that for them to do this properly, they need to make sure that they are updating the game frequently, specifically with weapon balancing, to make sure that none of this is too broken. And since the launch of the game, they haven't really addressed any weapon balancing whatsoever. I would go as far as to say is even since the beta, they have barely touched weapons at all, because in the beta, the STG and MP40 were super overpowered, and they still are to this day, and even more so with certain attachments that are available. So, what I am looking for, Sledgehammer, in the next coming days, or even by next week, we need to see some weapon changes. There's some weapons out there that need to be nerfed, and there's also definitely some weapons out there that need to be buffed as well. So what I would like to hear from you guys down in the comments is let me know which weapons you would like to see nerfed, what weapons you would like to see buffed, and in which ways. Why do you think they're too powerful? And of course, the other thing that I want to hear as well is what are your thoughts on Shipment so far? Do you hate it? Do you love it? I have a feeling that a lot of people are going to be very torn on this map and not quite sure what exactly to think of it because it is so different from the Modern Warfare 2019 version. So essentially that's all we have for today. I know it's a very small update. As I said, a little disappointed with that, but tomorrow we do have the first part of the End of Verdansk Warzone event going live. So stay tuned to the channel for that. Of course, I will keep you guys updated. So if you're not already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you have notifications on. We'll be covering that in depth. I'm assuming there's going to be some new story details to that as well, which of course we will be covering as well. So stay tuned to the channel for that. I've got plenty of videos coming over the weekend. So if you're not already, make sure you subscribe. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, you liked my opinion on the map, you disliked my opinion on the map, you can let me know with those like buttons down below. I'm very curious to hear what you guys have to say. But as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And until next time, peace out.
We are reaching for the stars.